come in here, just get with the secretary, and then she'll let you know. We'll take care of that. We always take care of that. So the lady at the desk. Yeah, lady at the desk. Just tell her that. Yep. Hey, man. Hey. You're parking on the other side, so I don't know if you're here or not. Huh? Nah, my truck broke. Oh. Yeah. Truck broke. Sorry to hear that. Wow. Electricity. I got something for you. Okay. Bring it to you. You check your box. Yes, I did. All right. What's going on, Mr. Wheeler? Not much. Thanks for you was out there Saturday morning about 4 or 5 o'clock putting them LED lights up on my street. Yeah. How you doing? All right. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you. Okay. Okay. This is the one. How you doing? Pretty good. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. What about yourself? I'm awesome. Good. Good. How you, Angela? Thank you. You were just. Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to reevaluate you. I think you're the hardest working. If I can get away from my house, when I'm at the house, I'm the hardest working. But when I'm out of the house. Hello. Hi. I didn't know it was supposed to rain. Yeah, it was thundering when I came in. Getting dark. Yes. I appreciate it. Hold on. Oh, wow. Thank you. No, I was thanking Angela. She's just, I tell you. You do. We're just discussing one thing today, right? That's it. We're just going over the changes that we made, and then we're getting out of here. Yeah. Anytime there's a work session, just because you're new, whatever is on this agenda is it. That's it. Also, no action. Okay. Everything taken. At a work session. Okay. This discussion. No votes, no. Well, work session, it's between you and the council. We don't have to, we don't, it's between you and the council, so we don't have to do all that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. We don't need a quorum to open it up at all. That's our Robert in there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, and you do the... Yeah, okay. That's fine. All right. Okay, sure. All right, good evening. Let's bring this meeting, City Council work session to order. Invocation by Councilmember Murphy. Pledge of Allegiance by Mayor Wicks. Please stand. Let's pray. Lord, help us. Help us with this work session. Bless us. Bring our minds and our hearts together. Bring us on one accord so we can do the business for this great city. In our Lord's name we pray. Amen. Amen. Repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. All right. So this is a work session. We're not voting on anything. This is a lot of stuff that goes on with the council. Any comments, I probably will allow it at the end, but we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Council member, you guys, we have where we make the changes at, and I guess I'll read the changes as we go through it on this, and then whatever changes that y'all want to make again on it, but we kind of changed it up. The attorney took a look at it, Dr. Benson, we talked about it earlier. Yes. And we had that, and it says, regarding automobile or changes, I think the public got a copy of it. It says draft, that's you know, ordinance 2025, you didn't get it? What, is this in addition to what was presented at the last meeting? Yeah, this is the changes to that. Yeah. Yeah, it should be out there. She should have gave it to you out there. It's got a draft on it. It says draft. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it says draft on it. So, all right. So, regarding automobile
especially to remain in compliance with not and validate the provisions of Ordinance 2025-3, Chapters 28 and 29, and the EPA guidelines related to stormwater management. Always got to follow that. We had just passed that a couple of weeks ago. All right, Section 1 is the purpose. The purpose of the ordinance is to regulate the performance of automobile oil changes and repairs in residential areas, to protect public health, safety, and the environment, and to prevent environmental contamination from automobile fluids. All right, the definitions are there. We talked about that in Section 2, my colleagues.
Yes.
So in Section 3, we made a few changes, and then you guys can make some more adjustments if you want to. Authorization, it shall be lawful to conduct an automobile oil change at a residence, apartment complex, or other residential premises, provided that the work is performed, 1, on an automobile owned by the resident or owner of the residence, and by the resident owner personally or by another person who has been expressly authorized to perform the oil change on the residential premises by the resident or owner, my daughter, my auntie, whoever. And then the next one is environmental protection. During or after such oil change, no person shall spill, discharge, pour, or otherwise deposit any oil, any used oil, automobile fluid, or related waste, 1, to the ground or paved surfaces, and to a storm drain, ditch, waterway, or drainage system within the city of Baker, or into any location where the substance could be reasonably be expected to enter into the storm drain system or natural environment. All good stuff.
Good stuff.
Disposal requirements. All used oil and related waste materials shall be collected in an appropriate container and disposed of in accordance with applicable local, state, and federal environmental regulations. Authorization. So Section 4, automobile repairs in residential areas. It shall be lawful for automobile repairs to be conducted. We didn't say it's unlawful. We made sure she changed the language. It shall be lawful. And or residential premises, provided that the work is performed on an automobile owned by the resident, owner of the residence, or the individual given express consent to perform automobile repairs on the property. Somebody coming to fix their car or something like that. The time limitation, such repairs should not remain in progress with the vehicle in an inoperative condition for more than 7 to 10 business days. That was one of the changes. Okay? 7 to 10 business days. Okay? All maintenance and repairs shall be performed between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. All right, so we extended it out to 10 days, 10 business days that you can have the car there, because during the
Regular session.
during the public hearing, people saying that it takes a time for the
Parts to
for
be
the
ordered.
parts to get in, and that's true. So 7 to 10 days, you should be able to get your part in. But at the end of the day, we don't know how many days it is until we have to come by it, because it's not that nobody gonna be sitting there watching you do this. But if I come by and see that car there on Sunday after church, and I see you working on it, and then next Sunday after church the car's still sitting there, then that's an issue for me to send them over. Okay. So prohibited conduct. All repairs must be performed in a manner that prevents environmental contamination, excessive noise, or obstruction of public right of way. You know what that could be? Public rights of right of way, blocking the sidewalk. Hey sir, how you doing? Good evening. Good afternoon. Yeah, I guess it's almost evening. That could be blocking the sidewalk. That's what most of them is going on. blocking those sidewalks. All right, so excessive noise or obstruction of public right of way, major automotive
There's a
repairs,
copy, right?
including engine, transmission,
There's a
body
copy he's
work.
reading from. That's there.
Yeah, uh, transmission, body work, painting, and dismantling. Use of automotive hoists or related heavy equipment outside enclosed structure. If you're doing that kind of work, that's not what we really want. I'm not going to back off from that. That's up to y'all. But when we see that in a residential area, you ain't going to be going to St. George and see that in a residential area. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see that nowhere. You don't see that in Central. You don't see that nowhere. I did a lot of riding this weekend. I didn't see any of that anywhere. Exemption, okay? The ordinance, that's section 5. The ordinance shall not apply to duly licensed automobile maintenance facilities or change business or auto repair shop operate in compliance with applicable City of Baker zoning, licensing, and environmental requirements. Then the penalty stays the same, and then the effective date. So here's the deal, colleagues. So we made the changes, okay? We made a few changes, and the genius about the changes is that's what the public hearing is about. So that's why I don't have a problem with that, because everybody got a chance to speak their deal. So you guys can take this ordinance and you can go over it in any other changes that you want to take. But I think we covered everything in here that we wanted to cover, that we need to cover. Not trying to hurt anybody, not trying to do anything like that. Just don't want the place to look like a big maintenance place. All right, I'm going to save questions and answer questions at the end because we're not going to be in here long because we're not debating. All we supposed to do is come back, make the changes. Y'all go over it. We can't vote on it, okay? And we can come back, and then when we ready to bring it to the table, when we ready to bring it back to vote on it, we'll do that. All right? Start with you, Dr. Benson, and what's your take on what we got now?
This is excellent. Thank you so much, Mayor, for having a draft of it and for reading it and our discussion earlier today about it.
Okay. Did you find, I think you did. You found that they put that in your box.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
With the oil changes. So the oil changes are very key to that. But what I realized is that most people changing their oil in their house, they know what they're doing.
Yes.
For the most part, they know what they're doing.
And
And
if
so-
you catch it, you can take it to
Right.
the auto
The
parts
auto
and-
bill. But to deal with that part being in the ordinance, that covers us. That's liability. Go down. If we say you can change your oil, but we don't put that piece in there that says this was prohibited, that don't we ain't covered.
Yes.
Okay? Because if the oil go down the drain, we gotta clean it up with taxpayers' money. All right. Councilmember Young.
I'm good with it because, I was the one in the beginning that really was opposed to a lot of the issues, because like I changed all my kids' oil. So, but I know also the hazards of doing that improperly. So that's one of the reasons why I'm out there, spreading the word of how to do it and where you need to dispose of oil and everything like that, because a lot of people don't have knowledge of that. So far, after I give it a couple of my colleagues, we'll see.
Okay. Mr. President?
What was the purpose of moving it from to 7 to 10 days? I got a two-part question.
Yeah, because she had it was at 72 hours. I thought maybe 10 days was enough to give people a chance to do whatever they need to do. If they couldn't fix it, that'll give them a chance to get somebody to come and pull the car out of the thing there. I think 10 days is always going to be enough time. If you can't get it done in 7 days plus the 3 days, then it's business days.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that would be the time if we did identify it as an issue.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what you got to understand is that it has to be identified as an issue. And what happens is that how you identify it is that the neighbors start calling and say that, hey, well, look, we got it hoisted up, we got it going on. That's what it. And so then that date, that starts the 7 to 10 days when we go out. And we'll probably go out, we'll go out and be a code enforcement deal where you go out and say, hey, look, you know, how long you doing this or whatever, and they'll explain it to you. If they need more days, we can always give them more days. But we still have to have something in place to go ahead and verify what you're doing there. Because at the end of the day, y'all, this is what happens, and we've seen it. So we come in here, we got people, oh, you need to clean up the blight. Well, the blight starts with stuff like this. It starts with a car that they're working on, that they don't finish, and then a year later, it's got grass growing up underneath it, and moved it to the other side of the house, and now it's blight with no inspection sticker and no tag. We know that for a fact. Okay, so that's the deal. So
Okay.
second part of the question.
Oh, so with that being said, for that same reason, if that's the reason we're doing this to give them time, my idea is extended to like about 10 p.m. And let me tell you why. Most people that work get off at 5, and if you're really trying to give them a chance to do the work and get it completed, 7 o'clock. If the reason we extended it to 10 days to give them a chance to get it done and get it out of the way, I think 7 o'clock is a little early, unless you're dealing with somebody that don't have to work every day.
So we could go to, I think the noise time is 9 o'clock. I think it's,
whatever it is, 9 or 10.
yeah, I think it's 9. I think it's 9 o'clock. Whatever the noise period is, I think we could go there. That's a good idea. I don't really care about that.
That's it? Well,
That's
all I want.
that would be a good change there. So we probably need to check the
Time.
colleagues. Check the time. I think the noise time is 9. I think it's 9 or 10. What is it? 9 or 10?
Oh, it is?
It's 7. I think.
I know it's 7 for the cutting grass.
Yeah, as far as cutting grass, but I think the noise.
No,
I think
it's 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
I don't
9
think
o'clock.
it's, let me see, I didn't bring my
But-
book. Do you
Dr. Vincent, you know why I put this in here, right?
Yes,
You know why we put the noise thing in here, right?
yes.
Because people be working on their cars, and they're right next to you, got houses behind it, you working on your cars, a lot of noise. Well, they got the music going, you know, it's a lot of stuff going
Why
on.
they doing that?
And so that's why we put 7 p.m. But that's up to y'all if y'all want to do that. Hold on, no, we coming back out to the public. So what you think,
Rochelle?
Rochelle?
Oh, I'm 10 o'clock is 9 o'clock, whatever the noise ordinance is. And like you say, some people get off from work at 7 o'clock. If you're going to give them that proper time, at 5 o'clock, if they need to work on their car or something to that effect, that would be good. I know one of my constituents, she was concerned about, and I guess y'all probably covered them, I'm a little bit late, but covered the part about her being able to change her own oil at her yard for her family member coming over and changing it. And she was talking about the proper way that she was disposing of it. And I think Mr. Young had mentioned about something about going to AutoZone, or you can dispose at
Take it to
AutoZone.
But everything that you just mentioned is in that draft. They can
Duly authorized
Okay.
person. That's what they said. That's what they
Okay.
added.
So I'm fine.
I don't care about that. Jenna, we'll just
I was
make a
just
note
trying
of
to
that we'll get the attorney to, we'll change the times on that. What else there?
That's all I got. I mean, that's me. That's all that's the only thing I was looking at.
So we good there?
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Jackson, you had something? And I'll go around the room and then we'll get out of here, yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Now, given that I'm just seeing this, I haven't had a chance to fully assess it, but to speak to your point is very valid, and I also think it allows for due process. That was one of the issues that I was talking about, that you can be sued 7 to 10 business days. That is more than enough time for due process to begin. So I'm glad that y'all are thinking along that line. Again, not having had a chance to review it all, I can say just from what I've heard, you guys have checked off a number of the boxes that I was talking about. I'm a firm believer that ordinances need to be very specific, so they can be enforceable, effective, so on and so forth. And you all have added a great deal of specificity, so I'm great with that. I still have concerns about the enforcement aspect of it, given, and again, I haven't read it. Full disclosure, I haven't read it. But you said on the record previously, Mayor, that you and code enforcement, you're not going to go on someone's private property. I get that. but that makes it almost impossible to enforce. So I was wanting to see what were your thoughts on how you're actually going to enforce the policy if code enforcement and yourself aren't going to go on to the property itself. Also, I appreciate some of the definitions, well, actually all of them, but there's some major ones that I think you might want to add. You might want to define commercial activity, illegal businesses, what licensed repair operation, because that's going to be crucial for enforcement, clarity. There were some issues of redundancy in sections 5 and 6. It may be altered based on this new one, but I'll go back and double check. And then one of the things I looked in the preamble, um, it focuses on stormwater management, aesthetics, and general safety, but I see where it failed to clearly state the goal of targeting the illegal home-based auto repair businesses. And if that was the true intent, just add that verbiage in there so everything connects the dots. You see what I'm saying? Y'all verbally said that's the reason, but many of the reasons that you verbally stated, as far as your intent, there's no direct connection in the language. That's all I'm looking for. I support what you say, but you have to have it in there make it enforceable, and you all will have some additional protections, and that reduces your risk for legal challenges and a bunch of other things. So again, I'll reserve my time to go back and review it, and whatever changes I think you might want to reconsider or look at, I'll just shoot an email to the council clerk.
We got our legal opinion, so we straight. I appreciate your comments. We're good. Code enforcement is going to go out. That's how we're going to do that. When I talk about private property, you probably misunderstood what I was saying there. You just don't go on people's property unless they have something going on that's in the ordinance. That's what it is. So the ordinance will state that. The legal document is sound. Okay, we're good to go there. The attorney would have told us that, like I said, that's how you feel about it, that's fine, but it's legally sound. Anybody else in the ordinance? Anybody else? You're good. We just.
You can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we're not voting on anything like
Michelle
that.
brought up something, I keep reading it, or briefly brought up something.
Right.
But I see that residents can change their oil, or an authorized person can change the oil of a resident's vehicle. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, you have to go back to the public hearing when they talked about people living in the house and they might be changing the oil for their daughter or the son or whatever. But if you look at it, the owner of the property is responsible for that.
Okay, so my daughters come in and say, Dad, I need you to change my oil, or change the brakes, or whatever, I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What they basically saying, Mike, is, do you mind me saying that?
Go ahead.
What they basically saying is, some people have been having their cars sitting up for days and days and months, and they working on it, and then it turns into a mechanic shop at your home. So what the constituent was more concerned about was, to me, if I'm not wrong, is that can they change their own children or one of their family members, maybe their mom or their dad or something that's older and probably still driving, that they could still continue to do that without being fined. But they don't want the cars just to sit there, and to become a nuisance to the neighborhood. Because we do have a lot of people that's doing mechanic work and not being licensed and doing mechanic work in their yard.
Okay, I agree. I understand.
And that's
what times are y'all saying? Have we gone, I get confused with
one
Rochelle coming
other
in.
thing before I forget it, sir, and that's another thing that what she alluded to. You have people that's opening up businesses, in their front yard.
Yeah.
And, you all may not hear the complaints, but we do get them. The mayor and everybody sitting up here get them.
I'll complain.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he complained.
Because nobody want that next door to
That's
them.
my neighbor.
Yeah, that's Mike.
But I think they 10 o'clock. I mean, 9 o'clock. But no, let me go back.
9 a.m.?
I don't know if
7
I
a.m. It's 7 a.m. on here, and I wanted them to extend it instead of from 7 a.m. to 7 p. I was making an idea from 7 a.m. to 9 or 10 p.m. whatever.
Now, the noise thing. So that's where we're gonna go.
look right in here. The city of East Baton Rouge Parish. I was trying to pull up hours.
I mean, we
They go to 10 p.m.
Yeah, but I was just showing.
Yeah, I think our noise thing goes to 9.
9. Okay.
So whatever our noise thing goes to, my suggestion would be that's where we should do it at. But we'll find that out when we go
Okay.
back and take a look at it. Somebody's going to pull it up in a minute, I'm sure.
That's fine.
Um,
I tried to
so-
pull it up, but
Thank you,
couldn't
sir.
pull it up.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
So, all right, we're going to start in the back, then we'll come up to the front, and then we'll get out of here. Go ahead.
I'm a little confused, cause I used to be a night shift worker, and I thought 7 o'clock was the cutoff for the noise, because you got people that get ready to go to work at 10 or 11 o'clock, and they don't want to hear that noise like the day people don't want to hear.
That's a good point.
So, and then another thing in there, you extended it from 7 to 10 days, that allowed me for it to be more criminalized. I could fix this car today, the next car, fix the other car tomorrow.
The deal is, though, when you make, that's a good point, and I think she thought about that, and I did too, but I'm looking at it from my eyes and what I see in my neighborhood, because most of the time, the reason we going to know that it's going on, your neighbor going to tell on, okay? And then once that happens, then we identify that there could be a problem. It may not be a problem, you know, but the ones that I've seen, if it be a problem, I ride by, if I see 2 or 3 cars sitting there, different cars sitting there, you see there, and them cars are not there when you come back early in the morning, they don't live there, okay? And then you can kind of figure out with the lights, they got the lights, they got the tent up, what they doing, okay? That's why it's a code enforcement deal, because you don't know. You really don't know what they're doing because it is private property, but you have to have something in place so people can stop doing it.
And one other thing, but I went out there and talked to the guy about 6:15, about 3 weeks ago. A guy was out there cutting grass. I didn't know what was going on when I woke up.
Mhm.
And I told him, I said, you need to cut that mower off because 7 o'clock is the starting time.
Right.
But he had finished then. I didn't hear him through all my sleep.
Right.
He woke me up by my window. And he
Right.
said a neighbor's house that's vacant.
Well, that'll be something that the council can come up with the times. I think if they won't extend the time to 9 o'clock, that's fine. We can try to, you know, in this business, everything is not tied to just, it can be amended. You can see, you know, we're just trying to get something through to get it done.
And we
Let
as
me
a
say this. Can I
council,
say-
we as a council too, Mr. Williams, we got to first find out what time the cutoff date is, as far as the noise on. And then we as a council to decide if we want to go to that time or if we want to cut it off at 7 o'clock. So we as a council will make that decision.
That's the purpose
Yeah.
of the work session, to discuss the stuff that came out in the public. Go ahead, sir.
Can I say something before?
Yep.
Before
Yeah,
you
go
say?
ahead.
Just a minute. Mr. Willis. We want to be considerate. I know 7 a.m. is too early for someone to be cutting grass, but you got to think about the heat is changing out here, and a lot of people really need to be out at 5 o'clock in the morning to be keep, for health wise, them not being able to having a stroke, and I agree with the people have to go to work and everything like this, but you got to think too that these are when the people in the lawn profession, this is their job, this is their living, and I'm not taking up for them, but and I know my husband cut grass, but I be trying to get him to get out and be at 5 or 6 o'clock because of the heat and people having strokes and people dying out there, being out there trying. That's just like walking the trail. A lot of people not start coming during the walking night at 5 o'clock in the morning because of the heat, and the index is 100, 104, and later. But no, you're not making noise. Well, I was just saying that. That was just my suggestion. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, you know, I understand what she's saying too, but it just depends on the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. It just depends. And so we don't want to be trying to govern that. It's America. This ain't Russia. So, you know, we ain't trying to govern that. So in my neighborhood, when I hit early, they already cutting. It ain't going to take long, so I let them go. Some areas are different. Okay? It just depends on the neighborhood. Go ahead, sir.
Quickly, everything was on the artist. I looked over it. I don't know it. Like I said, I'm not looking over it. But my thing is, some of my neighbors and some other resident people, they was asking me when and how that could be on a ballot, how it could be voted in. And like I don't have no answer to tell them whether it could be on a ballot or if this could be on a ballot for the citizens, the residents to vote on it.
You need to, what they need to,
With your district,
yeah, that's what you do. We ain't nobody trying to do that. You talk to them and we know. But we ain't going to never be able to hit it right on the head. Okay, so that's why I was telling you the other day, don't listen to the chair. We got to make decisions here. People put us here to make decisions.
That's right.
We the people they put here to make the decisions. We're going to make the decisions, Everybody ain't gonna like it. So you know, the genius of the public hearing is you hear what they say.
Right.
Some things you go ahead and do it. It can be amended. But sometimes with something like this, that we paid attention to it, so we made the changes. We ain't finna come back to it until we get it down, until they all agree together that that's what we want to do, because they're the ones got to sign. Okay, they got to sign. And it's going to be okay. You will see. It's going to be. Some people just don't really understand the purpose of it. The purpose of it is that I don't want to wake up in the morning, and I don't want to come home at night when I leave here and see people working on their cars with the light. Lady across the street got a nice yard. She done fixed her house up, and you got a whole bunch of people standing out there while they working on cars. That's it. Ain't nobody. But that's the whole purpose. So what you do when you create ordinances, you send that message out. You trying to hurt nobody. Nobody trying to hurt nobody. Ain't nobody trying to do that. But most neighborhoods. Now, here's something to think about. If you live in Parkway Terrace, this is non and void to them. They could care less. You know why? Because their homeowners association say you ain't doing it at all. Okay? When you go to Shalua don't have a homeowners association, but it's one of those non-verbal things. Don't do it. It's the same thing in Buckwood. You go to Shemay and it's the same thing. Now, other areas here it's a little bit more different. You know, and me and you could talk offline. I'll tell you what those areas look like. But at the end of the day, this is what they get paid to do. This is what the people put them here for. We got to do something because it's out of control. All right?
And it all boils down to we need to start working together.
Yeah.
Working against each other.
Yeah.
We need to start working together.
All that.
Because you know, you bring to me, and we're gonna consider it as a council, but we need to work together in the city.
Yeah, we got to do that. We got a lot of ordinances that don't hit the point. You know what I mean? Don't hit the point. A lot of these ordinances have been out here for a long, long time. They were put there for different reasons, not for the reasons that we're trying to talk about now, but different reasons. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we're trying to hit the point, but it is not a perfect scenario. But everybody, what I got from the public hearing is that we know y'all don't want to hurt nobody, but we need to do something. So this is what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. We good. We good to go. If y'all want to.
The way it's not going to be a valid election. When they put it back on the agenda, the whole public hearing, they have the right to go on and
Talk to who's your council person?
Where you live?
Collins. So yeah, you talk to Collins. You don't put on that. This is how laws are made. This is how they made. Sure.
Democracy, I don't understand all that. I'm just questioning.
Yeah, they have.
See, a lot of people in my neighborhood come to me
Because you the captain. You the captain of the neighborhood, but you need to be in touch with your people so you can get the answers. Right. Anybody else? Where we go? We're not gonna beat this up. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll take the conversation. We'll take the conversation, and the president, he'll put something out or whatever, and we'll go from there, and we'll get it from there. Okay. All right. So let's get out of here. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
No, I need a motion.
Oh, I make a motion that we adjourn.
I need a second. Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. I'm sorry.
Any more questions before we adjourn? We are.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
That's it.
And I was saying, that was the question I was going to
Oh, okay.
And then your policy is 7 a.m. in the morning to sunset, so that's going to vary, time of sunset, like 8 o'clock.
What is sunset is what?
About
Depends on
7:45 to 8 o'clock. On the summertime, 8 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, it says sunset, so